Welcome officially to this workshop, guys. And in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to maintain, nurture, and then market correctly to an ever-growing database. All right. It is as simple as that. Obviously, we've got a few people here tuning in live, and anyone watching this recording, this is obviously going to be uploaded on the portals. And for anyone that wants a copy of this one, sit back, take notes, enjoy. We're going to pre-frame with why this is so important, why we've been talking about this as a marketing strategy for a long time, and how I've been doing probably over a year of analytical research into this strategy before actually molding it to the fitness industry and then giving it to all these lovely people here and to all the people that are also lovely watching on replay. With that being said, though, as we always like to do, let's take a second to welcome all the people into the community that have jumped in the last few days. Everyone wave, make everyone feel welcome. Hi, guys. So it's Sarah, Fountain, Golden Boy, Nico Quills, Julie Jones, Tammy, Eric, Lucas, Simon. There's a couple of extras, but I've not got enough room on my screen. Guys, welcome. You're all welcome to these seminars. Guys that are here live with me, are these seminars worth coming to or not? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Hopefully there's some thumbs up. Yeah, we're doing good here. Guys, come to the seminars. If not, if you want replays, just as long as you freaking watch them, because they are valuable, then just ask for them. Welcome, and welcome to the community. Get stuck in. All right, guys, we're going to get stuck in now. We're going to pre-frame. All right, I've got some notes here on the phone. As when I get my steps in and I get the endorphins pumping in the morning, that's when I get creative. So basically, we're going to get stuck in here. Now, who here's got a database? Okay, right. Explain to me this head bobbing. What does that mean? What does that mean? And great to see you always. Right?
Yeah. It means I should have one. I have a tab for it on the spreadsheet. Yes. But do I update it and do I keep it current? That's left to be desired, I think.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So especially for the people here, we're going to talk about this now, but on the recording, does everyone know what a database is, first and foremost? Yeah, everyone knows what a database is. Database is something that you should always be maintaining, growing. And then today I'm going to show you how to market to it and actually get responses. And basically, look, it's something, as Ryan knows very well, thank you, Ryan, that can be very easily left to the side. Who here has been a sucker for not updating their database from time to time? Avi, well done. Pretty much a lot of you. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is the importance of a database. Now, every single time we run marketing strategies with all my lovely clients, or some of my lovely clients here, and people that are watching on replay, you guys will know that we generate leads, right? When we generate leads, the idea is that you take them and you put them into a database. Now, big value for those of you who aren't clients or who are just watching this on replay and you're new to the game with me, or with the family here, I should say. It is so common that PTs get leads and then just chuck them in the freaking bin. I'm not joking. It's one of the biggest mistakes. Now, I've worked with people that have got 10 years experience plus, and I'm saying, well, where's your leads at? Where's your database for the last 10 years? None. That for me is like wasting 10 years of your business life. For those of you who have a database, right? Phil, as an example, he's still there, scoffing his face as usual. How many have you got? You over 1,000 now? You must be over 1,000, surely.
I just looked the other day. I've got about over 3,300.
Fuck, there you go. Prime example. So there you go. Phil, we've been working with each other for a couple of years, something like that, maybe a bit more now. So 3,300. This is an elite PT here, as are most of these guys here, right? Or I should say everyone is, because they're all coached by me. So there you go. Anyway, with that being said, look, guys, if you multiply those 2 years of 3,300, now we do a lot of lead gen, but do the math, multiply that by 10 years, it's going to be about 15,000 leads that someone who's got a 10-year career span should have in their pocket, literally, should be able to draw from at any time 15,000 contacts. Take out the duplicates, call it 10,000. That right there is gold to market to, right? And it is that simple. Now, let's talk about the marketing and continue our pre-framing part of the seminar, which is most people only market when they need something. Put your hand up if you're a sucker for that. I need leads, let's run. And Phil, you're someone who can put your hand up for that, right? It's like, shit, bro, we need to market. We need to market. I need leads. Fuck, we need to always be marketing, right? Always. When you collect the leads, you put them through your business funnel process. You've got your scripts that you deliver in a non-scripted way, because scripts are a thing of the past. You've got to be personal, all right? Then these guys get put into a database, Ryan. That's what happens. They get put into the database. That's what's meant to happen, right? So, and for any of you guys, though, you know this. It's a bit of a monotonous, bullshitty task, right? It is that simple. The McLarens, you're going through this, right, at the moment. You're updating a database is a fucking nightmare. Do it little and often so that you don't have to sit there and put in 10,000 leads. Name, number, name, number, name, number. And I think that is exactly what Nick is doing for her lovely husband, who should have been updating his database without needing her help now, right? But you get the point, right? You get the point. Here's the thing. When you market to a database, you guys know in ways in which we can do this, and you obviously know the topic of the seminar today because I've spoken to you guys a lot about it. How do you contact 10,000 people at once? There's two main ways you can do it. Anyone come off mute? How do we do it?
Bulk blast.
Yeah, bulk
blast messaging, and the other one is emails. Now, like most people are a lot more clued on with doing like big email blasts. I'll be honest, they're an email blast. They're not even a thing of the past. To be honest with you, I think they were never a thing. Like a lot of people will hate me for saying that, but I'm just going off facts of what the people experience personally. You buy something on eBay, you get added to a fucking mail list. When you then receive multiple emails from eBay, I guarantee they get less than 1 second of your conscious mind's time. Am I right in saying that? Before then, you swipe and you delete it, right? Because you only keep important emails in your inbox, right? That's what I do, but am I right in saying that? I don't know. Is it just me? Do you do any spam shit? Do you just delete it, right? And here's the thing: if you like any emails from anyone, realistically, if it hasn't gotten a little this is me paperclip, where there's an attachment to it, which means it's important, or it says Commonwealth Bank, or you got a speeding fine. I don't get speeding fines, but you know what I mean. Like you don't take notice of it; it gets deleted. So email marketing is like anyone who's trying to grow an email list. It's great, and you can do it. And I don't knock it. But it's not as powerful as bulk blast text messaging. Why? Because all of us have one of these in our hands constantly. Now, yes, your emails come through to those things too, but text messages, people take note of text messages. So point number one, people take note of text messages, people delete emails. It's that simple, all right? What we've got to do though, rather than going and getting leads or marketing to our database when we want something from them, and up until this point in time today, this is what we do normally. Bulk blasts have been a great strategy for Pinnacle for a long time. However, trends have shown that over the last year or two, the performance of bulk blasts have dipped off. Has anyone that's been working with me for over a year or two noticed this? I mean, most of you guys here, you've been working with me for a long time. Nath, yeah, you've seen some great responses in the beginning of using them, and over the time, right? That's exactly what's happened. Phil, you've seen it. Who's someone that does really well with them now? I think Avi, you don't do too bad with them now, but like, have you still noticed a dip? Like, would I be right in saying you noticed a dip, bro?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And the reason why is because the world, especially when it comes to an online or digital space, is getting filled with people that scam and take the piss, and it literally is that simple. I mean, fuck, but most people don't want to answer their phones because they think the person on the other end of the phone is there to scam them. Like, just because you answer a phone call, guys, it doesn't mean that they're going to just like automatically rinse all the money from your bank account. Like, it's impossible to do that. I personally am a big believer of make sure you take every opportunity that you are given in life. If a phone call rings, and even if it says private number, there's no chance a gun's going to come out of the phone and fucking shoot you. Do you know what I mean? Answer the phone. Like, opportunity. And I've actually had big opportunity come knocking, and I've answered phones when I've gone, who's that? Oh, I answer it. And it has been worth answering. So phones, moral of the story is people have them in their hand, and whether they choose to answer a phone call or reply to a text message, moral of the story is it's better than emails. Make sense? Cool. Okay, so what we do need to do though, when we grow a database, we actually need to now put people into a reoccurring sequence of frequent messages. Now, the frequency we're going to talk about, the actual messages, I've got a load for you guys. I'm going to give them to you, but we're not here to just market to them, because a lot of people might be thinking at this point in time with the seminar going, well, isn't this just exactly the same as spamming people with text messages? The point is, no, we're not spamming them. We deliver value. And that is key. So this strategy is frequent, reoccurring bulk blast messages that go out in an orientation that you can create yourself, but is not limited to offers, right? Our bulk blast strategy that we run is always along the lines of, we're doing a giveaway. First few people that want to claim this, simply reply with, you know, your code and your name, right? Hashtag giveaway, and my name's Simon Finch, and you will claim XYZ. And then we put a bit of a call to action there. Well, that's what they've got to do. And then the firecracker for them to take action is that it won't last very long. Take action now, go, right? That's an example of a text message that we use to generate leads because we want the leads. What do you think, right? Guys, question time. What do you think is another example of a message that we could send out which doesn't just spam people? Because that is a little bit spammy in itself, and that's why the interaction with them have kind of dipped off over the years, right? What do you think is a way or a type of message we can send that would engage people and actually make them take note and go, oh, rather than fuck off?
I did one this morning, bulk blast, that we discussed, Simon. All it was just a tip about helping people hydrate themselves.
Oh.
Just the usual tip of the week. Sorry, I just got distracted. It's from my daughter.
You're good.
To set an alarm on your phone if you struggle with hydration. Set an alarm on your phone to go off every 20 minutes. If you're at work, set it on vibrate. Every time you feel your alarm, reset it. Have a jug of water, and then you know that's it. Not trying to sell anything, nothing like that.
There you go. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to go off in a rabbit hole, but I like to talk. So I'm going to make a comparison here. We've been focusing a lot on social media recently, guys. And I'm talking about recently this new social media business funnel, about how you've got to, if you want to prospect online and you want to get leads, if you can't cold DM, you need to take time. I send voice messages daily to lots of people to connect, because why? I freaking care about people and I want them to have the success that you guys have. And you guys have the success, and that's what makes you show up to these. So, I mean, for anyone watching these replays, these guys here show up because what we do works. So take note and implement it, and you'll win. And it's an element of care that I have, right? When you send messages to help people, people will go, oh, but I thought that they only send us text messages to sell shit to us, which I blank and ignore and don't reply to because it's a scam. Does that make sense, guys? You can piece together how people's brains work in this current environment. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about in a second the actual platform that we use. We're going to go through that. But I'm going to share with you some examples of some messages. So I'm going to get these up. And this is what I was trying to get ready earlier when I had that bit of technical difficulty. All right, here we go. What do we got here? Okay. So I've got three types, all right? Three types of messages. Information and education, all right? Offers, promotions, discounts, and opportunities. And then advertisements of events and community days, opens, stuff like that. Three types, all right? And I've got some stuff here which all can be accessible for you guys very easily. So can you see my screen? Yes. Basically, what we've got here, I might actually open up all of these. Let's see if I can get them all. All right, can people see? You all good? what I've got here, guys, is a list, and these are exactly how. Hang on a second. It might not even go that one. I think I've done this slightly different. I'll tell you what, it won't even matter. I'll use this one. So let me get it up again. All right. So what we've done is put this together so that it actually shows how the text message is going to be viewed, right? Now, I must note with this one, these training tips, this is really important, guys, right? These are examples, right? And I want you to elaborate on them a little bit more, right? Obviously, I'm not going to put spiels and spiels and spiels. And the reason why I'm not going to do that is because each of you guys will have your own methods, your own tips, your own tricks of your trade. So personalize these messages. However, right? You can get the idea of these messages. So hot training tips, energy in versus energy out is what's going to make losing weight happen. Basically, you're eating for success. Elaborate on it a little bit more though. But everyone knows when I say energy in versus energy out, you're all PTs, you know what that fucking means, right? Come on, right? Of course. So it's that simple. Elaborate on it. Just so you can expand on that and just say like this. Bear in mind though, guys, always keep them shorter and sweet. The shorter and sweeter, the better. No one wants to read essays. These will be absorbed quick, and that's why I put these in as examples. But hot training tip from Charmaine Riley Fitness. Hot training tip from Ryan Reyes. Hot training tip from Bilateral Training, right? It's some people, I'm telling you, not some, in this current environment of digital environment, like we said before, people will take note of that. Hot training tip. Oh, hang on a second. All right, cool. Do you know what I mean? People will take note of it. And then it's energy in versus energy out. Weight loss or fat loss is simple. Burn more than you consume, right? Our training tip today is to become aware of what you're eating so that you can compare it with how many calories you're burning, and you will find that you'll get an insight into why, if you're trying to lose weight, you're not losing any, right? That's it. Does that make sense? Little like feelers make people think. Hot training tip: when you think you've reached your limit, you've got 2 more, right? Anything like this. Does everyone get what I'm saying with this list of tips? Yeah? Thumbs up if I can see a few of you guys. Okay. Now, I want people to come off mute now. I want to share for a couple minutes, just quick. Give me some ideas of what you could do. I mean, obviously, you've got, what have you got here? 8 of them. But what else could you put in? Any ideas? Anyone got any ideas of what they can already see and envisage them doing in their first tip bulk buy? Anybody?
With the incline up on the treadmill, make it harder for yourself and hit your glutes more.
Boom. Boom. Hit the glutes and burn more calories with this simple training tip. Incline the treadmill, and guys, don't hold on. Yeah? Don't hold on. Take your hands off. I remember, but I'm going to have to
I always hold on. That shit's hard.
It is hard, but I remember, right, I was these clients and they actually lost a shit ton of weight. And I would come into the gym, right, and I actually have to demonstrate this, right? It was like this. All right. They were walking along like this, right? And they were holding on for dear life. No shit. No shit. They fucking lost a ton of weight. But I was like, take your hands off and show me how to do that. Like, no, but I can't. I can't. I'm like, that's the point. Don't hold on, right? But you got it, right? So there you go. Tell people don't hold on. Nath, thank you. That gave everyone a giggle. Anything else, people?
Could summarize this better, but a hot tip I tell clients, especially now coming into spring and summer, is the way I train on a bulk is very similar to the way I train on a cut. Nutrition is more important than training in regards to body composition. My
man, you always got to come in with the humble energy, the cool, calm, and collected tone. Yeah, you were feeling that, Phil. I know you. I was pumped, man. I was so pumped up that he's like, yeah, when I bulk. Look, he's dead right.
I just smashed legs, man. I'm struggling to stay awake.
I didn't even know you were on there, Dan. I was like, you could pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's dead right though. Look, guys, put a list of training tips together. All right, this stuff. I'll chuck it up on the portal. I'll chuck it up on the portal inside the seminar. So I'll put these as like seminar notes under the seminar in the portal. Anyone else watching this, if you want any of this, just come and ask, because most of you people watching on replay haven't made it this far so far. So anyway, let's get stuck in with the next slide. All right, those are tips. Okay, the next one. There we go, number 2. Where's my way? It's on my screen now. I can't function today. Okay, what do we got here? This one we've done differently actually. So these ones we've got Monday motivational messages. Let's go here. There we go. Yeah. So simple. It's a similar thing as well, right? So you could do little motivational messages, tips, motivational stuff. I added in there as well, obviously announcements. Dan, perfect time that you're off mute. We've got an open day coming up, right?
Yep.
So open days, specials that the gym's running, anything like that, it's an excuse to just let people know. All you're doing is using this communicational stream as an outlet to advise people of what's coming up in the community, right? For face-to-face trainers. Is because you obviously got a face-to-face community. So what's coming up in the community where your locations are. Motivational Monday messages. Some more examples here put together. Nothing changes if you don't change. Make your goals a reality, right? Excuses don't build muscles. Go get it, right? Muscles like dance, right? If you always do what you've always done, you'll always be what you've always been. Simple. The change starts with you. With these though, right? And I wanted, when putting this together, I wanted to always make a note of this. Don't go in too hard, because a lot of people will see this as, if you say stuff like, if you don't change, you're still gonna be fat, right? Stuff like that. I should be a comedian today, shouldn't I? Holy shit. People will see that as, what, you trying to freaking get me to sign up to your PT, right? They will see it like that. So be careful, right? So always just take things a little bit differently, all right? Take things in a more personal route. And that's route, Jesus Christ, I sound like an American. Take things on a more personal route, right? And that's it, right? Simple. This last one here, am I still screen sharing or not? Can you still see the screen, guys? Yeah, you can. No. Okay. This is the big one. This is the main one that we want to focus on here. So we all love our little offers and giveaways. So when you give people tips and updates, when you drop these things in, basically people will either have opted out by this part, right? Take them out of your database, drag them into, just put like cold database. So another slide on your database. Put cold database, drag them into there, right? Keep the data, but just take them off the active messaging list. But when people are taking note and they haven't told you that they want out, so you've got to always put this T's and C's apply, or just put like opt out. For the marketing ones, T's and C's apply, guys, right? But for the other motivational messages, just say to opt out of future messages, text stop, right? These ones, if they don't text stop, it means they're happy to receive them, which instantly shows you that within Phil's 3,300, if he has 100 people say fuck off and leave me alone, Phil, that's fine. But it shows that 3,000, right? We'll call it 3,000 out of the 3,200, because 200 people might have different names, different numbers these days, whatever. Well, you get what I'm saying. 3,000 people are happy to receive them. Yeah? Make sense? They're happy to receive the messages. So when you then put in the offer, after you've given them value with tips and motivation, I guarantee you'll probably have a higher response rate. So obviously you've got here the standard, right? 4 weeks of free personal training, floor walk sort of prize, with your name, reply with your name and email to enter the draw. I mean, this one, when I put it together, like, you don't really need email. It's up to you though. So I know I put it in there because I know a lot of you guys collect emails still. And again, like I said, I don't knock email marketing. It's just not as powerful as text message, period. Don't care what anyone says. It's fact. Free meal plan giveaway. Simply reply male or female and your email address, right? Or your name, right? And receive your free 6-week meal plan. From there, deliver it, walk them through it, upsell them for the training to go with it. Makes sense? Flash sale, 50% off personal training for the next 48 hours. Done. Right? Score a free meal plan and 20% off when you sign up on a gold package. Is this making sense, guys? Thumbs up. I can see Avi, Phil, Ryan, Dan Pardo, Nathan. Yeah. So does this give you some more food for thought in terms of what offers we can start to run? I've tried to put a few extras here together, right? Are you and a friend ready to get in the best shape of your life? Right? Sign up together and receive 50% off. Always T's and C's apply with marketing messages, guys. Make sense? Cool. Questions so far of this?
I've got a question, if that's all right.
It's completely all right.
So,
yes.
Perfect. So you know how with our coaching, we're just supposed to do the marketing strategies that you've told specifically for us, and like where we're working and where we're at with everything. In terms of sending out the text messages, is that still we need to wait for you to give us the green light on that sort of thing? And like for me, I'm still building my database, so it might not be as effective as someone who's got, you know, a few thousand people in their database compared to mine. So do we sort of wait for your go ahead on this sort of thing, or is it something that we can sort of do as we feel like it before we need to, if that makes sense?
Glad we're keeping you awake there, Charmaine. Anyway, basically, Sherry, this is a very good question. Now, first and foremost, if I actually remember to, I would normally say, especially for a seminar like today, so thank you, Sherry, that Simon, you should have said, implement this when you work with Simon, obviously individually, because I'll make it customized and personalized for you. Here's the thing. The earlier on in your database building you do this, the better, right? Personally, if you've got 10 people in your database, personally, I think it's best to start this now, because you will continuously build rapport with people right at the beginning of the database building. So Ryan, if you haven't updated your database in a while, brother, don't worry, it's fine. You can start doing it now, right? And that's what I recommend. The reason why is because if people like Phil and Dan and Michael and like guys with extensive databases here that I can think of, like in the thousands, right? You're going to have a lot of people like Nathan as well. Like you're going to have a lot of people say, leave me alone, don't message me again. And on that as well, right? We speak about this all the time. Never, guys, should you ever care about what other people think about you. You're marketing, right? I'm sure YouFoods, and this is where this strategy came from. I've spoken about this for a while, and this is why I wanted to put this seminar together. YouFoods, it's a food prep company here in Australia. YouFoods market to me all the time. I'm pretty sure YouFoods get told that, like, I think you were saying about your stepdad, Phil, that you used to call him the C word. I'm pretty sure that YouFoods get called the C word plenty of times, right? Don't care about what other people think about you. You're trying to offer value, right? So Phil, Nathan's, Dan's, Michael's extensive databases, you're going to have a lot of people opt out straight away. You're going to get a lot of people like negative. Let them be. For you, Sherry, it's actually so important to put this strategy. So everyone go for this strategy straight away. I'm not saying anyone's not or shouldn't be doing it. Do it. Like right from the off. If you've got someone who you generate as a lead, you take them through a consult, all right, and they sign up, they should receive the Bold Glass. It's additional value to them, right? But even if they didn't sign up and they went down a separate route and they continue to do things on their own accord, the timing wasn't right for them. They're not right and ready to prioritize their health and fitness. Keeping these guys here with these reoccurring bulk blasts that are there just to help. Remember, these are not slazy equivalents of sliding into people's DMs and freaking selling them crap. It's not. We are real people here that run real businesses, and you all do a freaking good job of it, that are just trying to help. And of course, if you want to sign up some clients, then this is one way you can do it, because you're all here to grow your businesses too. And anyone on the other side of those receiving the messages can't accept that, then let them be negative, man. You know? So Sherry, great. Hopefully that answers it. Yes, implement it. And thank you for highlighting that normally we should pre-frame better, Simon, and say that, you know, only implement things when, you know, it's the right time. But you took the times now. Yeah. So the next thing, so we've got 3 types of messages, technically 4 as well, because obviously you did that take on like Monday motivation. You've then got tricks and tips, then offers, discounts, specials, flash sales, and then advertisements of like community events, open days, literally anything you think of. Next thing we want to do is talk about frequency of messaging, right? What are people thinking? What's the brains out there thinking about how frequently you should run these? Lockie, what do you reckon? There's no right or wrong either.
I'd probably say like every 8 weeks, or like depending on what you're doing, offers or
all of these combined into one. So normally we'd run bulk blasts around every 8 to 12 weeks. Remember this though, frequent, reoccurring, keeping your database warm the whole time. What do you reckon? Do you reckon you do it more or less?
Probably do it fortnightly.
There you go. I like fortnightly. Anyone else?
1 a month, maybe.
1 a month. Anyone else?
Well, if you're going to do Monday motivation, that'll be every week.
That's a good point. So here's the thing. And again, I'll take it up with some actual social proof here with these YouFoods messages. So that's fine. Sunday, 28th of August, Sunday, 27th. Yeah, so it's weird. And I think I've shown you guys this before. Like these guys, they always message at the same time. It's ironic. Look at this. I don't know whether you can see it, but the time is always 4:11. 4:11 on a Sunday, and it comes from this number. I have lots of messages from YouFoods, and they send them not just on Sundays. They're messaging me about 2 to 3 times a week, right? To be honest with you guys, this is what I think you've got to do, because this is a new strategy, and we're dragging and dropping this into existing businesses. You don't want to go in 3 times a week, but you don't want to do once a month. You want to do fortnightly, if not weekly. So Lockie and Michael, personal opinion for me, because there's no right or wrong here. And again, remember, you're trying to keep people warm. You're better off going hot rather than like, I don't know whether they're trying to do something, they're trying to be hot or cold, because then people will just disengage. You might as well go in like from the off and just do it weekly, or at a bare minimum fortnightly. Remember, it's just a tip. But for me, if I'm doing this strategy, I mean, doing Monday motivation or like weekly is quite a lot, to be honest with you. And it will bore people. And you don't want to have to also remember, this is an additional task for you busy entrepreneurs to execute. You got to come up with these messages, right? Obviously, I've done some work here and we've put together like 30 messages maybe that you could use. But again, you're going to tweak and amplify on them, which is really important, right? Amplify them. So that's that. But moral of the story is, guys, weekly, I think fortnightly max, because otherwise it doesn't keep fresh in your brain. You know what I mean? You got to keep it fresh. I think if you've got like 3 types of messages or 4 types of messages, let's call it, you've got a giveaway, an advertisement for something that's happening, a motivational message, and a tip, 1 a week for the month. And then you actually market to them with one of those messages, which is a giveaway, right? Or an offer or a deal once out of those 4 weeks in the month. The other 3 weeks, you're just keeping them warm. Yeah. And if you don't need leads, just do an additional tip, and then it'll be every 8 weeks you chuck the offer in. So for Dan, that kind of like that relates back into what Dan is saying, like once a month. Well, you could use the offer and the deal once a month, but you fill the rest of the weeks up with tips, tricks, pointers in the right direction. Does that make sense? Anyone like object to that or have anything they can add on to it? Because this is a brand new strategy. It's been tested slightly, but there's no better way than taking something that will work and giving it to the masses and then collecting the data and see what we get back. There's no way that you can do wrong by helping people with fitness tips. So it doesn't need to be tested because it's only ever going to be positive. And when people receive that fitness tip, it's going to keep you in the back of their mind. And that's exactly what this is about. Questions so far, anything? If not, we'll continue to roll with the punches here and move on to the software and how to get it done. Kelly, got any questions? No? Okay. All right, let's go. Who hasn't run bulk blasts with me yet. So Ems, we're about to do this shit anyway, yeah? So this is big. Tom, everyone, Sherry, yeah, that's okay. Ryan, this is good timing. Jono, perfect. Kelly, we haven't run this shit. Cal, no. Okay, so we use a software. Write this down. This software, it costs money to buy the application. It costs money to buy the application. It's free to send bulk blast messages, and it's sent from your phone. Therefore, you receive all of the responses to your phone. This is something that myself and Michael have known about for a long time. And we
I have a question.
Yeah, you have a question.
So my mom and I actually used ManyChats, and that's kind of like a software.
ManyChat.
Yeah, ManyChat.
But that's for Facebook, yeah.
It's for what?
You can tell you've had a lot of funnel experience. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Is it close to it, or is it not the same?
All right. ManyChat is a bot operator and this is for those of you who don't know. Does anyone not know what ManyChat is? A lot of you won't know what ManyChat is, yeah, for sure. So ManyChat is an automated sequence messenger for Facebook, which utilizes a business page, right? And unless they've updated and changed things recently, you can only use it through a business page. Those of you who know about Unipro will know how we can take Unipro and do messages from our personal accounts, correct? Have I hit the nail on the head with that one there, Kel? It is only through your business page, correct? Or are you using it for text?
We did it through a funnel. So because we didn't have paid, yeah, we did it through a funnel. We connected it through the funnel, and then it would go through a series of steps.
Yes, through a Facebook chat though, right? Or was it through a text message sequence?
No, it was a text message sequence.
Okay, all right. So here's the thing. If ManyChat has, because I've used ManyChat years ago. I don't use it. And I was only aware that ManyChat, you only utilize Facebook. But yeah, okay. If you can utilize sequences of text messages in ManyChat will actually, because you could probably plan lots of messages through it, right? And then you can trigger when they go out. So ManyChat might actually be better. The only thing is though, ManyChat is a subscription, as a cost, yeah? So like I said, what we use, guys, write it down, is called SA Group Text. Phil knows this, Dan knows this, Michael knows this, Avi knows this. A lot of the guys there know this. Aaron will know this. Lockie, we done bulk blast? Yeah. SA Group Text, right? Now, this app, I was coached by an old mentor how to use this. Power to him. Great app. Nothing against the guy, right, Michael? Anyway, with that being said, we'll continue. Basically, look, it's a freaking amazing app. It enables you to send text messages from your phone to a group of people using your data plan. I think, is that what you guys in the US call it? So your phone contract, right? Using your mobile data. So it doesn't cost you. If you use like an email, so like, for example, Ems, you'll probably know that people use MobiPost in a gym. Do they use MobiPost at any time or anything like that? Or right, because you use anytime they would have had a software where they could text people, but it costs like 8 cents a message, correct? I'm guessing.
Yeah, they used it was through the Clubwise processing system. Clubwise, yeah. Okay. And it was like 8 cents, and then if you did like a MMS with picture, it was like 25 cents or something.
Yes. So here's the thing, right? So there's and MobiPost is one that Plus Fitness gyms use, and these are quite popular. Anyway, moral of the story is they cost like 8 cents a message. Multiply. Let's do the math here for Phil. 8 cents by 3,300. It's costing you $250 a message, Phil. Sound good? Fuck that. I don't want to be spending that. You want to spend that? No. Hell no. Not when you want to spend that every week. Dude, no chance. So it's just, you don't need to charge with SA group text. So write it down, SA group text. Now here's the thing, guys. I want somebody to, how do we do this? I tell you what, come to me directly, all right? Ask for SA group text stuff. If you have stage 3.1 unlocked, you now have authority from this webinar to access it and utilize bulk blast messages. Because obviously in 3.1, there is a ton of marketing strategies. I don't recommend anyone goes and does them outside of what we as a team do together. Because if you go and ahead and do them, you'll ruin the strategies a lot of the time. Anyway, SA group text, there's trainings on what to do in there. iPhone, the cost associated with the iPhone app. Has anyone used it recently? How much it cost them?
I think it's like $15.
Yeah, that's right. It is $15. However, if you are an Android sucker, you're in for an awakening. You can tell I'm loyal to Apple. It's about $60 on Android, 60, and it is a freaking nightmare to use. Yeah. Phil, tell the guys.
Oh man,
you went and bought an iPhone because of how much of a pain in the ass it was.
Yeah, I had a Samsung Note 10, and man, it was just horrendous to use for this app. Yeah, it just had problems and problems. So then I went and bought a iPhone, just an iPhone, just a normal one, and it worked straight away. So now I went and got a Max 12, and I don't totally turned off Samsungs now. So yeah. I was a Samsung user for about probably 20 years, and now it's my first iPhone. I love it. It's the best thing to use, iPhones. So it's a lot easier.
Yeah, we could have a whole nother seminar on this, right? Apple versus Samsung. Let's fucking go. Me and Tom Rose, we're hooked up with the new thing. We're ready. We're ready to take on the world with this. Apple over Android any day of the week. But anyway, look, getting back to business, guys. Sorry, I got a bit carried away there. Basically, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to use. You can get it done. You need add-ons for it, though, right? You need to buy these plugins, I think. And that will enable you to send more than just one message, or more than messages to like 100 people. Sorry. So you have to break it down. So then again,
I did that with mine because I got the Android and I've added the add-ons onto it.
Yeah.
And then you just had to change the amount of time it takes to send the message. And because it was taking hours to send it, when I changed that time, it sent out like 800 messages in 15 minutes.
Yeah. And so this is the thing. So there's training in there. And inside the training, it tells you about how to do it. I'm not going to continue in this seminar about how to use the app, but you need to go into the settings. You need to set the frequency, the delay between the messages to 0. Is that what you set it to, Michael? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2 seconds or something. So I was just punching it out a lot faster.
So I set it to 0 personally, and it just goes all of it in one go. Questions that people might be thinking: does everyone receive it in a group message? The answer is no. Because if everyone has iMessage, so if you have a small database, so Sherry, tip, if you have a small database and by luck everyone has an iPhone, it will send a bulk blast as a group message. If you've got 3,300 people, right, even if you've got 30 people, I can guarantee you that not everyone will have an iPhone, because there are a lot of loyal people to Androids out there, right? And that's fine, even though they suck. So basically, like, just make sure that when you send it out in a message, it's done to a good amount of people, and then it'll just go out as individual text messages. You can personalize the message. So for this, big tip, normally we don't personalize messages, right? So we go, hey, we say, hey, because otherwise with SA group text, you can personalize them, but you have to hit send individually on the messages. So this is the downfall to the app. You can put, like, when you make the name, you can put, hey, squiggly bracket name, squiggly bracket, and it will take their name, but you've got to go send. This is not something you want to do with 3,000 people. So you just go bilateral followers, something like that. right, instead, and just go whoop, and it will just go in one message, and then but you will receive the replies individually. All right. Anyway, what I recommend doing is always with bulk blasts, start small, start slow, and from there scale up your operation. So I would always do a text blast trial to people that are in your close circle. So the McLarens would keep themselves to themselves, do it between you guys and a couple of friends, right? That's it. You obviously put your own numbers in the message, right? And then from there, you just start adding the database people in on top until you're confident with using SA group text. I mean, obviously, Nathan, Phil, Dan, other guys have used it. Just use it, go for it. But this strategy, guys, is there to warm a database up. Like as soon as people are added to your database, they should be warm, even if they haven't signed up, because when most people don't sign up, they use as to why they can't sign up, they use a what? Begins with E. Yeah, I can lip read Michael. It said excuse, right? So they use an excuse, and it sounds horrible, but it is the truth. The excuse is a cover-up, as I've always said a million times. Excuses are cover-ups for one thing, and it's a lack of prioritization. And it's completely fine. If people have to go now, it's completely fine. We're wrapping up anyway, so all good, Phil, no worries. Basically, it's fine if people aren't ready to sign up, but if they're still warm, so you add them to your database, right? Again, this is another reason why, guys, you should always let people in with open arms and let them leave with open arms. Always. Because if you tarnish a relationship and then you start freaking bombarding them with messages and training tips, they're going to go, fuck you, I don't like you, leave me alone, right? Never tarnish relationships, ever. Like, there's just nothing positive by doing that. Think about it. Positivity breeds positivity. Positive people always win. Simple. So that's it. That's all you got to do. Get it out there. Start small and go from there. What I want you guys to do, like Nathan did last week, and again, guys, always interact, right? No worries as well, Cal. Go train, smash it. Anyone that needs to go as well, go. This needs to be implemented persistently and consistently, right? Remember that you're warming up the database and you're educating with tips and value your database, so that when you do want something from them, because that's inevitably what you are doing, even though you're offering them an opportunity, they will reply. You should see increased interaction with this strategy compared to our existing bulk blast strategy. And it is something that will keep a list of people that you're ever growing. Hence why the name of the seminar is your ever growing database. Keep it topped up with value so that they're always thinking of you. Otherwise, they'll just go cold. That's it. It's that simple. We're going to question time this, and then that's pretty much it. Does that make sense, though? Have I done a good enough job of making sure that it's delivered simply? Reoccurring bulk blast to a database. I do it weekly. Get it done. Questions? Any questions? You're welcome, Lucky. No problem. Any questions? It is simple. Get it done. Again, what it's going to come down to, guys, is persistency and consistency. And that is what it is. There is nothing else to it. But with that being said, looks like we're all good. So thank you for everybody who's come. As always, I'll see you next week. We're going to open it up for topic of discussion. As always, Q&A, a poll in the group for next week's. But this one, get this strategy implemented, guys, and do it, because it's a way that all those leads that just go cold so quickly and they're forgotten about, and then out of those, a few will circle the drain and come back to you. This will keep everyone on the forefront, or keep you on the forefront of everyone in that database's mind. So just start it. And you're better off starting this earlier in your business journey rather than later. But for people like Michael, people like Nathan, people like Aaron, who's with us now, even you, Tom, like, obviously you've grown pretty quick. You've got a good database. Oh, how many would you have, Tom, actually now? A few hundred, 500 maybe from the new location?
Yeah.
Yeah? 4, 5.
But I still stuck at updating it, so it's probably just a bit more.
I was thinking, I was like, I know that she doesn't freaking update her database. I know she doesn't. But then I'm glad you said that. But look, even 500, do it. I'm telling you. And this is stuff, as we leverage, Tom, you can do more often. because obviously we have Matt coming on board, and obviously he can do the other stuff. It keeps you in the forefront of people's minds, people. That's it. Any other questions, or can we hit end? We can hit end. Let's call it a day. I love you all. I'll speak to you all very soon. Let's go. Peace out. All right, by the way, guys, if you're still here, it's a bank holiday, Thursday, Friday in Vic. I'm hustling as normal, so expect messages. Peace. Speak to you soon.